Welcome back. You're still watching the news at 10, coming to you from our studios in Abuja. Now, the Nigerian Navy has carried out a raid of some suspected illegal storage facilities around the Atlas Cove Island in Lagos. The team from the NNS Beecroft seized over 3,000 25-litre jerrycans loaded with products suspected to be premium motor spirit valued at over 11 million naira. While addressing journalists, the commander of the NNS Beecroft, Commodore Ibrahim Shatima, warns illegal operators within the country's waterways to desist from their nefarious activities. And that's it from Abuja. It's now back to you, Melinda, in Lagos.
Many thanks, Malpe. The Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria has promised to build itself into a world-class institution. Its president, Dr. Bashir Jamo, says one of the visions of the institute is to end the cases of transport mishap through air, land or water. He was speaking during the maiden conference of the institute as a chartered body.
It is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the maiden press conference of the nation's pioneer, premier, and also charter, the Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria.
That explains the reason for this convergence of members of the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria. It is the Institute's maiden public appearance as a chartered body, a development which gives members some delight, having aimed at it since 1986, when it was first registered in Nigeria.
I am delighted, me and my team, this morning to address you with the acronym of this institute as the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria, duly approved by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria is the body dedicated to the training of its members and improving their knowledge and skills in every aspect of transport, including sea, road, rail, air, and even pipeline. But whatever the present set of leaders may have achieved, they say it is only a tip of the iceberg of their vision for the Institute.
We intend to build a reputation as a world-class institute of transport administration by providing and advancing top-notch study, training, certification, and practice of transport management and administration in Nigeria.
Okay.
For you to solve a problem, you need to understand the problem. Understanding the problem, you do a study. Doing a study, you conduct a research. And when you conduct the research, you implement it. The research will enable the policy that will drive the whole system, so that all the transport system will be coordinated. If it's coordinated and it's developed, you now share the transports according to modes.
The body became chartered after the 8th National Assembly passed the bill establishing it, and President Muhammadu Buhari assented to it, making it an act. The act empowers the institute to organize and conduct examinations and award professional certificates and diplomas in transport and other subjects related to the profession, among other things.
Let's find out the latest in the world of business. Anne is standing by with details.
You First. First Bank.
Thank you, Melinda. And we begin tonight with the latest reports coming from the banking sector. The industry has recorded 1.5 trillion naira in state-3 loans, and that's about 10.9% as of December last year. This is contained in the 2019 Banking Industry Report released by ratings firm Augusto & Co. The ratings agency has attributed the performance of the adoption of the International Financial Reporting Standards 9. This performance represents a 15% increase from 1.3 trillion naira, which was recorded in 2017, due to the deterioration of the loan assets and slow recovery of companies from economic recession. That report also adds that total loans declined by 2.8%, largely due to repayments by some customers and cautious lending approach by banks. And talking about banks, the Central Bank of Nigeria has vowed to stop the illegal importation of poultry meat to the country. The Apex Bank estimates that about 1.2 million metric tons of poultry food is illegally imported into the country from Benin Republic. The Deputy Governor of the Central Bank in charge of economic policy, Dr. Okunana, describes the situation as worrisome. He stresses that the bank has taken measures to address it. The Nigerian equities market got off on a bright start to the week at 0.06% increase in the all-share index. Let's hear more from Edidiong Iwang.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. It's the start of a new week and the market is looking upbeat, reversing the negative trend since the beginning of July, with the index up 0.06% and equity cap higher at 12.911 trillion naira. Now looking at the sectoral chart, we see that the 1.44% loss from the oil and gas sector didn't have much impact, as today's gains were largely due to the 3 naira 45 kobo increase in the share price of MTN Nigeria. The market is also expecting the cross-border listing of Airtel Africa tomorrow after the initial postponement on Friday, July the 5th. In all, a total of 216.28 million shares worth over 2.2 billion naira changed hands in 3,200 transactions. Shares of Wapik Insurance, FBN Holdings and Zenith Bank were the most actively traded, and if you're just wondering who the top gainers and losers are, let's take a look at the screen. While traders advise to wait and see if today's gains are sustainable, but that's the Stock Market Report. I am Edidiong Iwang.
Thank you, Edidiong. 18,000 workers of Deutsche Bank have been sent home as the German multinational investment bank begins slashing jobs, and that's part of the radical reorganization. Staff working in share trading in London, New York and Tokyo have all been informed that they no longer have their jobs. A spokesperson for the bank says the aim of the changes is to make the bank leaner and stronger. Deutsche Bank is one of the biggest employers in the City of London with almost 8,000 staff. Shares in the bank were down more than 5% by mid-afternoon today as investors reacted to the shake-up. Let's talk about stocks around the world. They have fallen today after strong U.S. job gains lowered expectations that the Federal Reserve will deliver a large interest rate cut. Let's see how the numbers fared at the close of business. With those red numbers, we end Business News tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Nwawado. The rest of the news at 10 continues with Melinda.
You first. First Bank.
Let's hope we have some green numbers tomorrow. Many thanks, Anne. Politicians have continued to promote religious and ethnic divisions to cover up the level of poverty in the country, and those are the words of the Vice President. Professor Yemi Osinbajo was speaking at a book presentation hosted by the former governor of Ogun State and veteran journalist Olusegun Oshoba in Lagos. Professor Osinbajo insists that all Nigerians, despite their religion or ethnic divide, must resist every demand of selfish politicians and unite to confront the nation's many challenges.
The religious or ethnic card is pulled out regularly to win the argument or to win the votes. The problem is that the result to our fault lines is a cover-up for the failure of a vision and a genuine program to address the real concerns of the millions of our countrymen and women. In the lead up to the 2019 elections, similar accusations on the Boko Haram insurgency, Fulani herder clashes, the attempts by the political elite to delegitimize the government, by suggestions that it promotes this insurgency or that it promotes the dominance of one religion over the other. These are dangerous, mainly because they help not just the insurgents by weakening the opposition to them, but that they also divide our people along the lines that make it so difficult to reconcile.
Nigeria's Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Still ahead on the news at 10, former Congolese military leader Bosco Ntaganda convicted by the International Criminal Court for war crimes. That's on the international scene. Plus, Corey Goff's extraordinary Wimbledon adventure comes to an end as the 15-year-old bows to Simona Halep in the round of 16. And that's on Sports News. Join us again.